This week on the Dirthead Shed, I get a new project, I almost burn it to the ground, and then I bring it back to life. So cool. Down into town in order to buy this really nice step side bed for another one of his projects, and I'm convinced him to stick around for a few more hours, help me get the truck that I'm picking up running. So we're gonna head over to where it's been stored for the last couple of years, see if maybe I can drive it home tonight. If that happens and the thing's kind of decent, we're going for an adventure this weekend. You can see little glimpses of it from here. Here we go. You might recognize this spot from when I picked up my Trooper. It's my buddy John's property, and basically I sold that Trooper. Everybody was all upset about it, but the reason I was able to talk my wife into letting me get this truck is because I sold the Trooper. So here we go. Check that bad boy out. 79 Ford F-250. Let's go check it out. Here it is, the new to me 79 F-250. This thing is a cream puff. It's pretty clean. It's been modified a little bit. Things like the chrome modular wheels, bed rail caps, nice toolbox, bed liner. It has had a repaint on it at some point, and I think obviously at some point this door got jacked open, so I'm sure these hinges are kind of worked. And there's a dent on the hood over here from a tree falling on it. Not too bad though.
Pretty solid old pickup.
Yeah, this thing's good. A little bit of Bondo cracking out over here in the door and in the fender, but I mean for a crummy old truck, it isn't that crummy. Check this out. Gonna have to go in from the other side, but look at that interior.
God,
oh my gosh, it's gonna be like sitting on grandma's couch.
Living in luxury.
This thing's awesome.
And it doesn't smell like mice.
No, we'll probably fix that.
Feels calm and everything.
Can you see if you can get this door to open? I can't get it from the outside. There it goes. All right, that was job number one fixed.
God, the column's not even all swapped out of it.
Man, this thing is cool.
This is as cool as it gets, man.
Look at that dash.
It's mint.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if the stereo works.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm stoked. I get more and more stoked on it every time I look at it.
It's like sitting inside of a cow. Look at all this red.
Yeah. It's like in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure when they went inside of the dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to watch the sunrise.
I dig it. This is a good one.
Ah, it's so cool. I have plans, but we'll get to my plans later. Right now, we're gonna throw some gas at it. Battery jump box. I know it has bad brakes, so we're gonna throw some fluid at that and hope for the best. What do you think?
I think it's awesome, and I think it'll make it.
It'll make it what?
4 miles or whatever we have to do.
To my house?
400 miles.
Yes, there we go.
To your house.
Will it make it?
We got to do it, otherwise you're going to lose the shop.
It has a popper on the inside?
Yeah, optional locking. You just smack your. Yeah, there you go. You gotta give it a forward hood bump.
The Fonzie, as I called it when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have a lot with the fancy locking interior latch. Somebody put an aftermarket radiator in it.
From what I gather, this truck went on an off-road trip with John about 3.5 years ago. It had some sort of drivability issues, and they were out doing like an overland adventure through Montana. And it came back here running poorly. Somebody threw a brand new Edelbrock AVS2 carb on it, and then it ran good for a minute, and then it won't run. So we're about to figure it out. It's got a few things going on in here aftermarket, like the AVS carb, some sort of aftermarket radiator or plastic tank, this aftermarket battery hold down system. It's got a battery isolator in there. That's if you're running dual batteries typically.
Yep. And it's got an aftermarket. And it's got some.
Yeah, this is
not a good sign.
this is John trying to get it running for me. All right, we're gonna see if we can make this thing work. Check it out. It's also got a GM alternator on it already.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's make this thing run. All right, the old Viking jump box. I think I had 30% in it. Come on, thing. Put some juice. Want to put some gas in the tank and see, does it show gas, show any fuel?
For the gauge to come up. It's not looking good.
Okay. Does it, it's a dual tank truck.
It's running on the front, it looks like.
Okay. Usually the front is the safer of the two. Look how clean this filler neck is. That's fishy. I keep threatening to go buy the like non fancy California spouts.
So I had to put part of my screwdriver down in there to hold the flap open, so it'll actually take some fuel and not gush all over the side of the paint. Yeah. We did the first time.
Man, look at that toolbox.
Yeah,
that thing is nice.
You bought a really nice toolbox and got a truck included.
I know. It's even got like an old Fay bumper on it that's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I love it. Look at that. Should have an NP205 in it.
Yep.
It should. It sure does. A big old hunkin' gas tank. Yeah, the exhaust is like new. 2-into-1 with a big MagnaFlow. Wow. That's cool.
That's rad. So the cool thing for everybody that's not super into old Ford trucks is like all the old bump side Fords that everybody's buying up right now, like my green one, are kind of terrible trucks when it comes to it. Like they're 4-wheel drum brakes and manual steering and
closed knuckle most of the time.
Yeah, divorce transfer case. And all the parts we take off of, you know, these trucks to put on those to make them better.
Yeah.
This truck's just got it. Married transfer case, disc brakes, integral power steering.
Yeah,
it's all the good stuff, and then you just drive it.
You just buy it. No, I'm stoked. This thing, I mean, truthfully, this is it's an old truck, but it's modern enough that, like, if my daughter says she wants to drive it to school, go for it. I don't think it's a problem. Pretty cool.
All right, we good?
Yep, it's in park.
Yep.
That should be plenty.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of starting fluid, so we're going to use gas and a water bottle with a little slit out of the top. Let's see if this works a little better. Okay. Is it running now? We got a running truck.
I think we had it almost there with the sauce.
It was the water bottle that did it. Has it got oil pressure?
Yes, it has oil pressure.
Perfect. It runs amazing from here.
It has no exhaust leaks.
I know.
Crazy depth stuff.
Huh. That was almost too easy.
Yeah. Why'd you have to buy a good one?
Let's hear it. I don't know about the 2-into-1 with the MagnaFlow.
No,
it sounds a little too modern.
Yeah.
Look at that, we got a running truck. Turned out it just needed gas.
Yeah. Weird.
it seems to be charging. We're at 12.6 now, and it was at 12.1. So that's a thing.
This whole thing is a win.
I know. Let's check radiator, see if there's fluid in it.
There is coolant. All right.
Man, this is a normal truck.
Like, what are we gonna do with the rest of the evening?
I have plates for it. I have registration for it. I have tools. I guess we need to see if it has brakes. I topped off the fluid. It's got tinted windows.
Oh yeah.
Bought a nice truck.
Yeah. Let's see if it goes into gear. Oh yeah. It's not stoked about it, but
Yeah, it's probably
it's a little cold. Fired right back up. That's nice.
Yeah, this door and hinge is really sprung. The hinge is sprung bad.
Huh. I guess I'll have to bring you some hinges. I just threw a set out yesterday.
From Jesse's Ford Emporium.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I guess we'll load some tools on it. I'll slap my plates on it, and maybe we go drive around some back roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has brakes. First moves for me. Oh, this is amazing. It's like a normal truck. Check that out. Oh, so good. All right. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Got Jesse cruising behind us. I guess this wasn't much of a rescue. This thing just like fired up and is driving down the road like no problem. I mean, it did have recent tags, fairly recent. So it's been a truck within the last few years, which is cool. All right. Oh, there we go. It's starting to sputter out. I bet you this thing has a problem with the pickup and the fuel tank. Yeah, it feels like it's running out of gas. That didn't last long. We'll go park it over here. It's shady. It was running pretty good until we had any load on it, and then it started sputtering like the pump is bad or filter's plugged or something.
Crank it. Off.
Alright, we were gonna go cruising a bunch of back roads. I think we'll just try and get it to my shop and hope for the best. That way I can throw a battery at it. We can get fuel in it and all that. So, wish me luck. Wish me luck. It's cruising again. It's cruising. Let's see if we can get it to my house. I'm broke down here now. I haven't made it very far. The field that it was parked in is right there. I think we're gonna end up having to throw a pump at this. Man, my face is red. It's hot. It's like 95 out here, it seems. What am I gonna do? Electric pump and some hose and a gas can. I think that's probably the best route. Let me call Jesse up and see what he's got in his truck. We're running back to my house to grab a one of those clickety-clack electrical fuel pumps and some hose. See if we can run this thing off a jerry can to get it to my house. Normal.
It's dark, Dave.
Yep, it's dark. We've got an electric fuel pump from my D50 and some jumper wires and a gas can, some hose, and a water jug. We're gonna make it work. We're running out of battery and everything, but this is our fuel system. That's just a little electric pump that I bought for my D50 over and over again. Hopefully it's still good. And then a water jug full of gas that we're going to strap in here. And we're going to use some alligator clips over to the battery and turn this pump on, and hopefully this thing just fires up and runs. Do you want some electrical tape or anything to go over the...
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
I don't want to burn my truck down on the first day.
I'm going to wait till the second or third.
I don't want it ever...
We have pumpage.
Okay. Let's get...
I'll grab some tape.
Okay.
Alright, we got a bungee cord.
Bungee corded fuel system.
We have some tape on some alligator clips. I think it's mint.
Alright, go ahead and fire up the pump.
Oh, it's doing it. Alright.
Maybe get that over to there. Alright, let's see if it'll fire up. Running. It's running. Let's see if we can get it down the road. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get, right?
Yeah. I say we go for it. Just slam it.
Headlights. Let's do this. All right. Come on, truck. You can do this. It seems like it's working. Make sure it stops. Seems like it stops. Next up, my shop, hopefully. It's definitely running better than it did. I got a clear spot in the highway. Time to see if this will get me home. Come on, truck. We're going for it. First gear, or probably second. Third. We got gears. It's going down the road. It's going down the road. It feels like it's going on its own a little bit. Like it's idling really high right now. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down and drive this truck. The new truck's on the hook. We had a little bit of a fire problem there on the side of the highway. Luckily I had that fire extinguisher and put it out real quick, but I didn't have time to grab the camera. It was actually bad. So we're gonna drag this thing back to my house and get it up to the shop, probably put it inside and figure out what to do with this and how to fix the problem. Whew. Safely back in the shop. Let's assess the situation. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, judging by the burnt wires all the way here, I think what happened was this clip jumped over there and melted on probably the air cleaner lid, and started catching all that on fire. And when it did that, it caught the fuel line on fire, and it was pumping fuel all over the intake and just erupted in flames. Yeah. And all I had was that little, I grabbed a fire extinguisher out from under my kitchen sink right before we left, and I'm sure glad I did, because that wasn't good.
It wasn't good. That's on me.
So I think I'll probably park this thing for the night, make sure there's no like smoldering stuff, and then I'll pull it out tomorrow, hose the motor off, and then start figuring out what I got to replace. I'm sure it's mostly all of the engine harness and and distributor and everything is going to be roached. Whew, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Look at that sunrise. Oh my gosh. Last night, yesterday, that was kind of a mess. I feel super bad about letting a silly mistake happen like that and causing a bunch of damage. But we didn't burn the side of the highway down. We didn't burn a truck down all the way. I wish I could have got a video of the fire, because that would make for better YouTube content, obviously, but it was time to do work, not film, and it was sketch. We got the fire out, but it was like I used 90% of that little fire extinguisher I brought with me, so super sketch. Could have been avoided. It's in the past now, so now it's just time to fix. I'm gonna go ride my mountain bike this morning because I need a little break. This is a good one. It's not super fast, but damn, it's good riding. So this trail we're trying to stick to is called Cedar Dreams. It's definitely through some rad cedar groves. Alright, it's Sunday. Obviously things didn't go as planned this weekend, but we're working through it. I was able to get out yesterday, kind of get my mind off of trucks and get a little bit of bike therapy in. That was good. And now we're kind of back into the shop figuring out what the plan is for the what is now known as the Firetruck, the red Ford. So here's the deal. I'm going to just fix what the problems are. I came out here last night. I vacuumed as much of the fire extinguisher dust out as I could. And I ended up driving around yesterday, went to my local O'Reilly, and I actually got pretty much everything I need. Fuel pump, new carb, new coil, plug wires, distributor, filters, return spring, and a few other things. That was all like on the shelf at O'Reilly, which is pretty wild. Then this morning I remembered I needed a master cylinder, so I went to Napa and I picked up one of those. So here's the plan. We're going to push this thing outside. I'm going to wash off the engine, probably bag over the carb and tape off the vent for the valve cover, and I'm going to wash the engine off, kind of get as much of this dust and junk out of here as possible. We're going to start fixing it. Hopefully by the end of the day I'll have a running truck. We'll see. I've got a ton of wires that are fried, and there's going to be a massive amount of just like cobbling wires to get back to like the distributor and the choke and the coil and things like that. But I feel like we should be able to get this thing running and driving today. If that happens, that's awesome. I'll be on the hunt over the next couple weeks for like an engine harness from a factory, one of these trucks. Maybe there's one available aftermarket, I don't know. But ain't nothing to it but to do it. And in the words of the famous Fred Williams, right now it's time to fix it with my wallet. And that's what we're going to do. I had to cough up a bunch of dough so that we can drive this truck. Alright, let's get busy. Let's try cleaning this thing up. I've got the carburetor kind of taped off and a plastic bag under there. We'll give it the gunk treatment first, and then if that doesn't get us clean enough, then we'll switch over to some Malco orange flavored stuff that I've got. Next I'm going to try some of this Malco Citria Clean. I think this is a lighter duty cleaner. You can go on some of the like painted spots that I didn't really want to like hose down with the gunk. Man, what a bummer. Maybe we'll end up with a cool truck in the end though. anymore. There we go, kind of cleaned up. Time to put in some work. Let's get this going. I think I'm gonna start by marking some of these wires for what they are. I wonder how many of my fuses are gonna be blown under the dash. Ugh, this might be a big project. And this, the carb is like the whole, like, anything plastic on it's roached. The carb itself might be rebuildable. Okay, carburetor coming out. It's getting cleaner. I'm kind of working through it. I've got my coil and temp sender wires clipped back here, so I don't have that smoked section through there. I've got my distributor wiring clipped back there. This chunk is kind of such a mess that I don't know if I'll be able to like decipher it real easily, but we'll get it figured out. The old distributor cap was crispy. Not totally destroyed. The distributor might actually be usable, but I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out. The old pickup in it. This is the original magnetic pickup in here, so I'm going to go ahead and swap it out. I just went ahead and marked like the direction of the rotor, the direction of the vacuum cap, and then I also marked on here where number 1 on the distributor cap was, so that way I can pop this distributor out of here and get the new one dropped in like in exactly the right spot, or at least the same spot it was. I think I did have number 5 and 8 plug wires backwards on here. The previous owner had them backwards because when I was following the firing order and pulling things apart, the 5 and the 8 seemed to be swapped. So maybe when we get this thing all put back together, it'll run better than ever. I don't know. I'm getting a little closer. I got the wiring for the coil and the temp sender back in and then loomed up. I'm using that cloth tape that I bought, cloth wire loom tape that I got on Amazon. I've got to do the electric choke and then those couple of wires that go down to what I believe is the reverse and the 4x4 light for the dash. And then we can throw the carb on here. I'm going to go ahead and throw a battery in it as well. I swear after this project, we're going to spend some time working in the shop. Not just cars. This place is a dang disaster. I'm going to throw a full throttle Group 65 in here. The other battery was dead and didn't seem like it was taking a charge. And I've had this one sitting over here for a year or so. Figure I might as well use it. It's the right size for the vehicle. And these are really good quality. I've had good luck with the full throttle battery that I put in Mas Grande. Ooh, let me set the camera down. This thing is heavy. There we go. I think we got the wiring cleaned up enough to where I can throw the carburetor on it now and the fuel pump and start kind of buttoning up this project. It's dark and late out there now, so I don't think we're doing a test drive tonight, but I'm going to try and at least get this thing to fire up. All right. I guess it's time to give it the old crank and see what happens. Coil wire is questionable. Everything's questionable. I need to get a push button so that I can crank from out here and diagnose at the same time. I don't think we're getting any spark. Alright, it's getting late and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here and how involved I want to get. I feel like I'm not getting spark, but I don't really know why. I'm kind of thinking about going away from that DuraSpark ignition and going to this old Toyota coil with an igniter on it. These were like in the 1980s, like Celicas and stuff like that. and I ran my old 54 Ford off of one of these, and it worked amazing. You end up with like 40,000 volt coil and like proper electronic ignition. I'm just trying to figure out the wiring on it. I know the white and the red or the pink here connect to two of these guys, and then this is power to the coil, which would be power here. And I'm just trying to figure out like if that's all I need to hook up. I think this is a tack lead, so I think this is all I got to do. So anyways, I'm trying to figure out if this is worth doing it, or if I'm going to end up screwing up the electronic pickup in here or not. I think I'm going to try it before I go to bed. Might as well. Alright, here goes nothing. Ignition on. And then that one's hot already. So if I go holy crap. Just like that. That is insane. Awesome. Yes. The whole Toyota igniter and carb and everything is working. It's running. Yes. So rad. It's Monday. I just got off work and back home, and it's time to mess with the old Ford again. I was at work and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they probably think it's crazy that I just like whooped up this Toyota igniter thing out of thin air. And I didn't really. That is a trick that I did on my first car, my first old car back in the day. And if you look on my toolbox up here, I've got some notes that I painted on here quite a while ago. And basically it's notes on how to use that same coil in a Ford distributor. So I had run one of these in my car when I was 20 years old, something like that. And I actually had picked up quite a few of these coil and igniters back in the day from wrecking yards. So still have them, been hauling them around for 20 years, and finally got a chance to use it. So all right, we've got our wiring kind of sorted out a little bit better. It's not the final. We've got the throttle linkage on the kickdown linkage and a throttle return spring. We're in a pretty good position to go ahead and fire it up, warm it up, set the timing. I can't find timing marks on the damper, so I'm just going to set it with a vacuum gauge. We've got that hooked up here. We're just going to time it to get max vacuum at idle, and then we'll start adjusting the idle screws, the idle mixture screws, in order to get max volume or max vacuum as well. And that should be a good enough base to go and drive this thing. So let me fire it up and see if it still runs. So that's one turnout on each one. If I recall, 1.5 on each one. It's typically a good starting point on these. There's neutral, drive. It seems like it might be okay. We could also be dealing with some old gas in the carb. But man, listen to it run right now. A little bit high on the idle, but seems pretty good. try and turn that down a little bit. I'm gonna go drive it like this. I think we're kind of there. There we go, the best combination I could come up with what I got. Pedal block lid flipped upside down with the random base and a random filter. This should keep like birds and chipmunks and stuff out of there, but probably not the best setup you could have. Let's go put gas in this thing, see if it runs down the road. Alright, I'm taking this with me just in case. It's cruising! We're doing this! I'm just running it down to the gas station, put some non-ethanol premium in it, and hopefully get this thing to be running on good gas. That's one of the things. I don't know if this has been sitting for 3 years, if there's any good gas in it at all. So we'll go throw at least a half tank of non-ethanol premium in it and see how it goes. It's still idle and running like it's really rich. It's not cheap, but it's what this thing needs. Come on, run better. You got this. It looks so nice. This truck's about to prove its worth. I'm gonna see if it'll get me to work. That's a long bed of fisheye lens. Alright, let's do this. It passed that test. I still got a bunch of timing and tuning and stuff wrong, but at least it's a running truck. Let me throw my bike in it because I don't trust it, and at least not yet. We'll see if it gets me to work. Needs more cup holders. Look at that view. The truck's doing it. It's becoming a thing. I'm super stoked I was able to get this one. I'm super bummed that we burned it down. But it's back in action, and it's going to be a good rig. It's pretty obvious just driving it that this is going to be a decent truck. So, I mean, the heater / defroster's working. The parking brake works. It's going down the road at normal speeds without shaking itself apart. I think this is a good rig. Let me know what you think I ought to do with it. Go super tall with it, old 90s show truck, old desert racer, kind of low slung on big tires, leave it how it is, Steelies and bias plies for an even older look, which that one's not really the one I want to go with. Either way, let me know what you think. Did it! The Firetruck made it to work. I think that's it for this Dirthead Shed. Thank you guys for watching. Now we just get to have fun with this thing.